kitchen with a king of baking, Paul Hollywood. How are you, Paul?
I'm very good. No, I'm very good.
Foolproof focaccia. Is there such a thing as foolproof focaccia?
Well, it's the ultimate focaccia, really. I mean, basically, you've got to make your dough first. Now, there's several ways of making it. One way is obviously doing it in a bowl and then kneading. The other way is using a mixer, right? So I'm going to use a mixer.
That's the best way to do it.
Well, I'm going to show you both. So you need all your ingredients are basically... Now, this is basic. You've got your salt, yeast, olive oil, water and flour.
Yeah.
Strong flour, bread flour. In your mixer with a dough hook, not a paddle, all right? So I'm going to get straight on with this because I want you to bake something in a minute as well.
OK.
That's a dough hook.
Yeah.
You think it is?
I have no idea what that was.
Oh, it's a dough hook. Then you get the paddle or a whisk. Olive oil, so literally everything straight in. Salt, fast-action yeast, and then water, right? Now, to start it off, add about 2/3 of your water. Get that down and get that mix in. Nice and gently to start with. Now, while that's mixing...
Yeah.
I've got some dough here, right?
Oh.
I'm going to come back to something else in a minute, but I've got some dough here I want you to play with.
Oh.
This is exciting.
OK.
And what I'm going to do is just tip this out. It's quite a wet dough, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You love your pastry, though, don't you?
Look at this.
I
Look
do,
at
yeah.
Oh, look at him.
I think ultimately,
Bacon.
it's such a tactile thing anyway. So basically, I'm going to give you a little piece of dough, all right? Show you what you can do with this.
So this isn't focaccia. This is some other.
This is the
something
same
special.
dough as
Yeah.
the focaccia. Right? I'm going to show you what you can do with it.
Oh.
I want you to get your dough. You got a bit of flour, so make a little bit of space
Yeah.
for the flour. Watch the book. I don't want you to do anything.
Well,
with the book.
we'll get to
Right.
the book.
You got a piece of dough.
Yeah.
Piece of dough.
Thanks.
Make sure you got a bit of flour underneath there. Don't play with the dough too much. Don't, what are you doing?
Oh, sorry, I was playing with the dough.
Too
I do
much.
apologise.
Just get your
You
dough.
can't help but doing it.
I want you to just fold it underneath with your hands like that. All right? Hands underneath. So you're doing this. What are you doing? You just go like that. I never said that. I never said go like that. I said go
trying.
like
See,
this.
you're making me so scared.
So you do it. What? Watch. That.
Oh, OK, like
your
that.
hand.
OK.
Okay.
OK, I'm all over this now. Look at that.
Then flatten that
Like a
down
professional.
slightly.
Oh, look at this.
OK, flatten it down.
It's all
Fingers
about
in.
the technique, isn't it?
It is. Fingers in.
Yeah.
Right. Start coating it with a little bit of flour onto the top. Over here, my dough's moving. I've had a little bit of
Bonus
water to
food.
that.
Are we making pizza?
No, this is a cheat way of making a good pizza.
Is it?
OK, so flatten down.
Yes.
Get your rolling pin.
Yep.
Yeah.
OK, you've got a bit of flour on there, right? Now, what I want you to do, OK?
Yep.
Nice. You've been an attempt, haven't you?
I am. Go on.
So get from the middle up, middle down,
Middle
turn
up,
it. Middle
gosh.
up, middle down.
I think I need some flour on my thingy.
I just said, have you got any flour
Yeah,
on
I
there?
need a
Use
bit.
plenty of
You've got
flour.
some-
Down the
Yeah.
top or on the bottom? Or
Thank
both?
you.
Flour your rolling
Yeah,
pin
it was-
or flour the top of the dough.
Oh,
OK,
nice.
so again, fingers in, coat it in the flour again, and then again, middle up, middle down.
Middle up.
And once you've got it,
Middle down.
up, right? OK, once you've got a nice...
What did you just do
Nice,
then?
just chuck it up slightly.
Oh, threw it up in the air,
good,
guys.
isn't it?
It's so good.
Now, once you've got it nice and thin, tell
Yeah.
me. Now, if you look over here, this dough will carry on mixing. You see how soft it is? You need to mix this for a good 5 to 10 minutes, all right? When it's mixed, you put it in a bowl. Are you listening to me?
Well, it's kind of
Yes,
multitasking, man. This is not easy.
Yes, we're listening to you.
OK, you put it in a bowl.
Yeah.
And you know that dough I've just shown you? If
Yeah.
you leave it another half an hour, it ends up like that.
Oh, my goodness, look at that.
It's like a jelly, right?
Oh, my gosh, that's great.
Now, that whole thing will go into this tray.
Yeah.
You pick yourself a good, deep, at least
Yeah.
2-inch tray to pop your dough into. But when you're moving it, you've got to be really careful because it's really light and
There's
full
a lot
of
of air in there, isn't
You
there?
don't want to take all the air out.
Yeah.
So you lift it up gently, and then you place it into this tin and leave that to rise for about another half
That
hour.
looks hard.
And see that? It is like a jelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Once you've got it to this stage, it's ready for the oven, but it needs the focaccia ingredients.
Yes.
All right? Focaccia ingredients for me are whatever you really want, but in my book, bake.
Yeah, OK, sorry. Yeah, got it. Hey, Paul, got your
thanks
new
very
book, Bake. Thanks for coming. So, this is your first book in 5 years?
It is, yeah.
Why
yeah,
has
it
it
is.
taken so long to write one?
Well, to be honest, I mean, we produce bakers every year in the tent, and they produce books.
Oh,
There's been
okay.
so many baking books.
Yeah.
But this is the only one you need.
Yeah, you've got to get in on it, though, ain't you?
Absolutely, yeah.
So when
Gotta do it.
you write something else, you go, OK, how do I reinvent a Victoria sponge? Or do you just keep
You're not
the classics?
reinventing it. Well, don't for things over the years, sugar's reduced, salt is reduced in
Right.
bread, and it needed to be looked at again, and ingredients have changed.
Yeah.
And so ultimately, the book was something I cover everything: pizza, donuts, cakes, pastries, breads, the whole thing, and make it easy as possible. And that's the whole idea of baking, really. What are you doing?
Well, no, I was putting it up there so they had a shot of it.
Now, in
And then it
this,
fell down.
you then get your olives
Oh, you
and
just
push
them in.
into... I've got olive oil all over the top of this, right?
Oh, I love this.
So you cover this in olives, black
Look at
olives.
it
hit
sinking now. It's sinking
It
now.
will, but it'll jump back in the oven.
Sorry.
Oh, wow.
And then you've got cherry tomatoes, which you then push in between that, and you place that onto the top. And then you get your onion, which you basically roughly chop.
And
then
does it have to be red onion, or can you just put whatever
you can use
want?
any one you want.
Okay.
I mean, and then bits of garlic, so you throw it all over the top,
Oh, I
right?
love it. It's so pretty too.
Rock salt on top of that, and then you fire that straight into the oven, and that will bounce back. So you have to be fairly quick with this.
Yes.
And when it comes out, I'll show you what it looks like. It looks incredible. But before that, I want to show you how versatile this is. Now, your pan should be nice and hot.
Yes, it is.
Put a little bit of oil in there.
Yep.
A little bit in yours.
Thank you, Paul.
OK. Pick
What
up
are we
your dough.
making? Are we making... Is this pizza dough? Or is this
No,
like naan bread
it's a quick flatbread which you can use.
Right.
But also you can use it as a pizza bread. Because what you're doing is you're going to kill the yeast straight away.
I know what you're thinking.
Well,
You want to give me a handshake, don't you?
no.
Oh, OK.
So you haven't baked anything yet? Turn it up to F4. You see the arrow at the plus. Go to F4,
Yeah.
nice and hot.
So it needs to be
So-
piping, does it?
Yeah. You see, I'm just going to throw a little bit of dough in there, see what happens, just from my fingers. It's starting to go.
Okay.
There we go.
So what you do, you lift up your dough.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it.
It's a good dough, that is, isn't it?
Lift it up, place it straight into that pan.
OK,
Straight into the-
going in.
Straight into the pan. And while that's cooking...
I love the way you just say cooking.
There we go.
Okay,
Yeah.
now leave that in there. Forget about it.
that's
It's
gonna
gonna
be
get
lovely,
nice
isn't
and hot.
it?
It will be
Forget about it.
beautiful. Well, let me show you what this comes out the oven like. It's beautiful and light, right?
That looks
So
lovely.
you've got your tomatoes, you've got your olives, you've got your onion, you can add the garlic, you've got oregano, dried oregano on the top. It's beautiful. Again, you go with what you like. Mushroom work beautiful on this as well, but it's the ultimate focaccia for me. Again, it's in my book. Oh, Jesus. Thanks, Dave.
Give
There it
it,
is.
give it the ding, will you?
There you go.
So all I'm going to do is cut this up.
That looks delicious.
How long,
Again.
how long did it take to cook, Paul?
In the oven for about 35 minutes to 40 minutes.
Can I have a taste? Is that
Just
right?
take it. No, take it. Try
getting
it. Please go
involved.
ahead.
Paul.
Now look and see how this is rising up.
Mm.
You're gonna have to carry on cooking this for your dinner. All right.
Oh, I will.
You see it's starting to colour.
Wow.
Oh, it's so nice and
This
salty.
is such a nice thing to
Delicious.
do.
I know. It's such a neat. This way of making bread. What you can do before you roll it out is make a little sandwich and put cheese inside it. Roll that out and then fry it both sides for about a minute and a half.
Wow.
You end up with something that is a
incredible.
ready-made sandwich.
And how
basically.
long would this take to cook?
That'll take about 2 minutes each side. So I want to have a look at this. Have a quick look underneath and see what it looks like.
I bet it looks good.
You get into colour.
Oh,
nice and
look at
slowly.
that.
Leave that again.
Yeah.
Give that another 2 minutes and then turn it over again. So
Yeah.
you get a nice, slightly blackened
Put a
look.
bit of cheese on it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, well, you turn it into a pizza that way.
Paul,
And a bit of
thank you so
passata,
much.
tomato.
Oh,
That is
wow.
amazing. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much,
Delicious.
Paul.
Now, for all those recipe details today, more delicious ideas from This Morning Chefs, just head to the free This Morning app. Thank
This
you.
will be the next